Welcome to NEK VT Rocks, and my guest today is Desiree Cresswell, who, as you can see, is a jeweler. And you are Willow Wires, right?
Yes.
How long have you been Willow Wires?
Willow Wire, I opened,
Wire.
started October 1st of 2020.
Wow.
Yes.
Pretty recent.
Yes.
And you, brave woman, started in the time of COVID when it's really
That
hard.
really wasn't planned either.
COVID wasn't planned.
No, it wasn't.
So what made you start? How did this all happen?
How did it all happen?
Yeah.
So one morning I'm sitting at the table going, I need to find something, a drive, a passion, something that I want to do and work for and towards. And so I just started making earrings. And not just like 10, like thousands of earrings. Thousands. And
A little overkill?
total overkill, totally. If I did it all over again, I wouldn't have done it that way. But so then I have all these earrings. What are you going to do with them? Well, let's
Hang them
sell
all
them.
from my ears?
Yeah, totally. So we decided to sell them. And we started in a trailer in the front lawn. It was fall, so it was getting cool, definitely colder.
Sure.
We moved in real quick though. So we're at 1313 Vermont Route 105, Newport, Vermont, and it's a bright aqua house. It's between Little John's and Wayne's.
That's pretty easy to
Yeah,
find.
on Route 105 towards J Peak. So, and it looks like a circus outside. You can't really miss it.
Right.
Yeah.
It is bright. That
Yeah.
is true. I mean, I stopped in your store one day just before Christmas. It was lovely.
Thank you.
You had so much
you.
stuff there.
Tons of stuff.
And you're probably still producing tons
Every
of
day.
stuff.
I post as I go, so totally. Every day I add inventory.
Are you from here?
I'm from Colorado. I was born in Colorado.
Uh-huh.
We moved to Texas. We moved to Kazakhstan. And then in 1999, we moved here.
What brought you here?
My mother has family here. So we moved to be next to her family. After having been in Kazakhstan, away from the USA for 3 years, we wanted to go where we had some roots.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you like Kazakhstan?
Absolutely, it was awesome. Great travel experience.
Yeah.
Traveled the world.
What got you traveling?
Well, I mean, living abroad, of course we're going to go see the pyramids in Egypt, right? And the Eiffel Tower in France. I mean, just beautiful places, cruises on the Nile.
Yep.
Like,
If you look at my photo on Facebook on my own page, you will see the pyramids and a camel and me.
that's awesome. I'll find one to match you.
Travel is important.
Absolutely, totally.
Yeah. So now you're back you're here in the Northeast Kingdom. That must have been a culture shock in the beginning.
It was a culture shock. I went to Lake Region, and it was definitely a culture shock. I had gone to an international school in Kazakhstan. I was one of few Americans, and it was definitely a broad range of languages. English was taught, Russian was taught. So coming back here, right into high school is a little overwhelming.
I bet.
Yeah.
So how many years did you have to finish out in high school here?
Oh, just 4.
Oh,
I skipped a grade, so I went
Yeah.
up into freshman year.
and then you finished school
Yep.
and decided to open your own business.
Yeah, yeah.
You bypassed college.
No, I went to St. Michael's College and I went to UVM.
Oh,
Credits shy of a bachelor's in psychology.
and found that you have more things to do
Yeah.
in many
Something.
creative ways.
Yeah.
Where are you going with this business?
I'd like to take it all the way. I don't know. I love what I do. I love wrapping jewelry. I love wrapping wire. I mean, how it's just suspended in air is just awesome. And sometimes I happen upon things and I go, oh, good golly, like, how fun.
Do you use found products like pieces of wood and little stones?
Yes, absolutely. I love the ocean. My family and I go there in the summer, and we pick up sea glass. So I use sea glass, I wrap it, and if we're not using sea glass, we're using sea glass. And I break the glass, I tumble it, I wrap it, and it comes out quite nice.
So you've really got a pretty big production going.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
kinda
you're
do.
prolific, but you
Yeah.
know, you're not just
I'm a
quote,
single woman.
purchasing wires and purchasing bits of little ornaments, little stones, and you're finding them and creating.
I love creating. And I source locally too. I love saying that. I do.
Yeah.
I get little leaves, little resin leaves.
Yeah.
From around town, and little trinkets and whatnot from a town just a little bit away. So
Mhm. And then make what with them?
the earrings.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I have the Willow Wire infinity earring, endlessly interchangeable. So anything with a hook,
Yeah.
the charm on the bottom can be swapped around,
Huh.
and so it's the infinity earring.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I saw somebody on the street the other day and I recognized the earrings. They were yours. I thought, oh, that's really nice. They were the long chakra ones.
Hmm. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I actually have a pair of those here.
Yeah.
Yes. I was in a store the other day and I saw someone's earrings. I love checking out jewelry. And I walked up to her and I said, oh my gosh, who did your earrings? And she looked right at me and she said, you. I went,
And you didn't know?
It was awesome. What a great feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If people are interested in seeing your work, I know they can come to your own place.
Yes.
Are there other places where it's available?
I have a selection at NEK Crafters Emporium
It's a
on
great
East
store.
Main Street. I love that store. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
So many options.
exactly.
I mean, you walk in there and wow, beautiful. Totally.
So they can find you there as
Yes.
well as...
And I'm definitely on Facebook.
Yes.
I post daily.
Do you have a
Mhm.
website too?
I don't have a website. I have a startup website, but I mean, I'm just so busy wrapping it and then, you know, posting those that, yeah, I'll have to take a chunk of time out to.
Yeah. And really, one of the many interesting things is your work is so affordable,
Mhm.
which is pretty amazing because you could charge more.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I don't want to break your piggy bank either. It's only fair. I'd rather be able to make the jewelry and chat with customers.
So a big piece of this for you is the actual hands-on, let me make something.
Yes, constantly with the pliers and the wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, constantly.
Huh.
It's really enjoyable. It's almost meditative. You know, some people do yoga
Yeah.
or Pilates. I do wrapping wire.
Hmm.
Mhm.
What else do you do with wire besides jewelry in this way? Because there's so many other things you can make wrapping wire.
Oh, you totally can. Oh gosh, I just made a little man that stood on 2 feet holding a crystal ball. He was pretty cool. And then in recreating it to bring it here to sit on the desk, I created something else. So he didn't make it.
So is he here? He didn't come. Oh.
Well, he turned into that.
Oh, I see. So people things get transformed.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Reuse, reduce, recycle.
It's really important. Do you have a background in art?
I've always been artistic, but no, not really.
Yeah. So it wasn't part of your education?
No. And if I could go back, I would love to go to art school, totally.
You could.
I could. I could.
What stopped you?
Mhm.
Nothing.
Hmm.
What would you do in art school? I mean, what would you go?
Everything.
Be?
I want to learn
Everything.
everything.
I know.
Everything. Absolutely. Everything.
Yeah.
It would just be so fun. Hmm.
Hmm.
What a way to look forward to class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for many of us, formal education was not one of the things that we exactly were
Right.
thrilled about.
Right.
We did it because we had to.
Hmm.
But it would be nice to be, well, you can do it. I mean, you don't have to go the, quote, whole route.
Mhm.
You can certainly take courses and classes,
Yeah.
learn from people, apprentice.
Yes. Yes.
One of the cool things up here is the number of artists.
Hmm.
Do you ever go into MAC?
I haven't been recently.
Because there's so many different artists there, different forms of art. and ways in which, I mean, because you're so busy using your hands, you think of, well, you know, what else could you be doing with those hands that would incorporate some of your work? The
I
beads.
just did a wind chime. It was really pretty with the bottles, the bottoms of the
Oh,
bottles. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. What else do you have that's sort of percolating and beginning to take shape?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, I always have my tumbler going. There's always sea glass cooking. Totally. And I love posting videos of smashing plates. Yep.
That's very therapeutic.
Yes, it is. Y'all should try it.
So you go to yard sales and pick up old plates? Or?
And sometimes people donate them to me.
Huh.
Yeah, like old antique plates. The color's food safe in the glass.
Yeah.
So it stays.
Interesting. I would never have thought of donating plates to you, but that's a really good idea. So when we're trying to get rid of stuff.
Wait, don't come over with 100.
Why not? You use it.
Yeah, piles of plates in the back.
Yeah, I can see that would not go down well with maybe family members. But that's, yeah. Do you ever do mosaic work?
Yes, yes. I like to take shadow boxes and work with resin, and you lay out all your found items, the shells, the sand dollars, the sea glass. You mix your resin, pour it in there, let it sit, harden, take it out, hang it up in your window, almost like stained glass with all the beautiful sea glass in it. I love doing that.
Do you ever do stained glass?
No, but I almost signed up for a course around town a few years ago. I never got it, but when it comes back, I would love to.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. It's so beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. And you've got half the equipment already, so yeah. So it's funny because the more you talk, it's obvious that you have so much stuff back there somehow that you're way more than your jewelry.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you ever teach or work with other people?
No.
Why not?
No, not really. I guess I've never really been asked to. Actually, I just had a customer that said she would apprentice with me. So.
I guess you're about to teach.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It was a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take that as a compliment.
Yeah. And is she interested in making jewelry or looking at all of your other things too?
Both.
That's great.
Both. One of the things that I love most about the jewelry is being able to interact with people.
Yeah.
I love interacting with people. Like, you meet so many different kinds of people.
It's energizing.
Oh my gosh, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's what's been partly so hard about COVID for so many people, because that sharing of energy has just been cut off in its prime.
Absolutely.
It was brutal from that point, particularly for people whose creative energy needs some feeding. I mean, I don't mean that anybody needs to have it poured in,
Right.
but most of us need some kind of food along the way.
Nurturing, yes.
Yeah.
I have customers that say you are one of the few places that I get to come and breathe a sigh of fresh air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of being at home.
Right. That's actually an interesting thing, because a lot of the stores were not able to stay open. But you as a small business apparently were able to work your way around that. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I've had so much fun doing this. Not only making the jewelry, but working with the people. Totally. I'll have people bring me rocks and shells and glass and say, here, wrap this. I would love to wear it. And I go, so yeah. And I mean, out pops this beautiful piece of art. So, yeah.
So you're making designer stuff too. I mean, not just your own designer, but somebody is bringing you components and saying, I really want this, but I don't know what to do.
Right.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes We collaborate,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they let me go on my own. So it all depends.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I'm sure there's the surprise me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't often like to do that. I like to send like a little text message and be like, hey, how is this looking for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like to check in.
Yeah. Actually, it's a great idea for gifts for people. I mean, talk about a personalized gift. You find a shell or a rock that you know somebody absolutely loves for no particular reason, and they can walk it across to you and say, make something gorgeous that
Oh, yeah.
she can wear.
Mm-hmm. Just take their breath away, really.
Yeah.
You walk into my little Willow Wire room, and I love people's expressions when they walk in there.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, an entire wall of earrings. And they're all $5. I have to bring that up. They are all $5. They are. These earrings, all $5, totally. And they're customizable.
Yeah.
Can't get better than that.
When I walked in, it was, wow, I've walked into a cave that's all earrings.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a cave.
Yeah.
Because it's not just one wall, it's 3 walls. And actually some on the door wall too.
Yeah, I snuck it on the 4th too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really neat. And the colours are bright, of course, and they
Yes.
sparkle.
Yes, and twinkle.
Yeah.
I've had people say they like driving by in the morning just to see all the twinkling.
I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
I guess I don't drive by that often in the morning, but
Well, now you'll have to.
no, I will have to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess some of it you could do outside in the summer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are your family surprised at how well your business is done?
I have 2 children. I have a 10-year-old son and a 12-year-old son,
Ah.
and they're beside themselves. They're like, wow, that's pretty cool, Mom. They're pretty impressed. And that just, I mean, coming from your kids, that just
Yeah.
makes you feel good.
Yeah, I didn't realize that you have kids.
Yeah,
So they can participate too.
they can. They can. Sage says he likes to be my banker.
That's an important role.
Totally.
Yeah. Particularly if you've got a kid who's good at math.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. You designed your T-shirt too.
It's actually a tattoo originally. I mean, really stunning.
It
Thank
really
you.
is. It's lovely. I mean,
Yes.
you walked in this morning. It was, wow, I'd wear that.
Wonderful.
But it is actually something else you could think about doing. How did you come up with the name Willow Wire? The wire I understand. but
Right.
What?
Willows,
What
they're
brought up
so
willow?
majestic.
Yeah,
They
they
are
are.
just beautiful, they're big, they're flowy. And you take a piece of it and put it in the ground and it just regrows. Like, how brilliant.
Yes.
How brilliant.
Yeah, and unlike other trees that when the gales blow they snap off,
Mhm.
it just bends and flows. I love willows too.
Yes.
Um,
I planted one in my yard about 5 years ago. It's finally starting to take
Uh-huh.
root, and it's really getting up there. I'm wondering how quick it'll be quite large.
probably quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they need a
Mhm.
lot of water though, and we've had a dry summer and now
Yeah.
a dry winter,
Mm-hmm.
so it may take longer.
And it's very warm, 47 today.
Isn't it weird?
Yes.
57 I thought it was going up
Oh.
to. Really weird.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
But then it goes back down. I mean, welcome to Vermont.
Yeah. It's
5
true.
seasons in
It's
one
true.
day.
It is. It is. A coat, shorts, and
Yeah. So now that you're living in Vermont, do you
Mhm.
think it's a place you'll stay, at least for a while?
I would love to end up at the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to end up at the ocean. But for now,
Mm-hmm.
1313 Vermont Route 105, Newport.
Yeah. It's certainly an area that has so much opportunity for creativity. I mean,
It's
we're
beautiful.
small. It's gorgeous.
We're so lucky.
I know. It's really hard to convey that to others who don't live here.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think when people visit, they probably get it.
I think so. Especially the no billboards.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have to fight to keep that too.
Well, I'm there.
Yeah. Though I guess that's, obviously you don't want a billboard, but signage is important so that
Mhm.
people know where you are.
Mm-hmm. It's true. but not over signage.
Right.
Oh, I put a big old orange poster board on my front porch. It says Willow Wire and $5 earrings and crystals and jewelry. So hopefully every car that's driving by on that main Route 105 can go, I should stop in there. Or maybe they're pumping gas at Little John's, like, I'll go walk over there.
Do you connect with other younger artists too? Because there are quite a few in this area.
Yes, there are.
Which
and
is
they're
really
all very
nice.
talented.
Yes.
Yes.
And different.
Yes.
You're
All very different
You're
too.
different from each other, even
Yes.
if you're working with the same materials.
Mm-hmm. I think it's so much fun.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice not to be so isolated.
Mm-hmm.
To have at least a way of being able to energize each other.
Yes.
And support your own creativity, because the world doesn't always help us with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, arts are important, but that's not where the money goes usually.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's more of you, that's even better.
I absolutely agree with you.
I, of course, think you should all have a store together of some sort, that you can all have a separate booth there, and then we can do one-stop shopping.
Right? Collaborate. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Like a little mall.
I know. It probably won't happen. It's just one of those, that would be so neat to do that.
Well, maybe the universe is listening.
You never know, and if the timing's right. Where do you see yourself going with all of your art?
I'd like to see where it takes me. I'll make it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love making it. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I can only go so far as people see beauty in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really up to all of you.
Well, yes, and it's yes, but, because as you evolve and produce more and different things and become more and more creative, which will happen. Because if you look back to where you started, I mean, are you producing the same stuff as you were then? Right.
And I'm having so much more fun doing it too. Mm-hmm.
So guess that's only going to grow.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Yes.
Totally. Start small. And anyone that wants to start doing hobbying and crafting, like, I say have a go at it. Why not? Now's the time.
Yeah, I did laugh, though, to myself a minute ago when you said that you were starting small and you did about 1,000 earrings. That's a factory.
Yes. I wanted people to have options.
Yeah, I think your starting small is a little different from many others.
Yeah, I overdid it on that. They're coming in handy now, though, so.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it fills the shelf nicely. Really not a square inch of that room is left untouched. It was really hard trying to pick out just a mini selection of what to bring with me, too.
How did you make your decisions?
What popped?
Yeah.
Yeah. What caught my eye?
Yeah. And out of all, well, that's true. I mean, when you go into a store, there's always something that catches your eye, even though the walls can be crowded.
Yeah.
And it may be that if you make 5 or 6 circuits, different things will pop, but you're right.
I still make a circuit and different things pop, and I go, wow, where'd that come from?
Who made that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do your kids make things?
They are very creative, too. They're crafty. And they like being outside and outdoors. Sage actually wrapped a rock before I ever wrapped a rock.
Huh.
Really cool. He said, Mom, let me have some of your wire. I'm going to wrap this rock. And I said, okay. And he wrapped a rock. So kudos to him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Has he kept it?
Yes.
Yeah. It'd be really wonderful for your kids, because they're going to grow up with all of the encouragement to be creative.
Oh, they so are, totally.
Yeah. And they're not old enough to be going to the same high school that you went to.
No, not yet. Not yet.
But
Close.
They're getting there.
And they're
One of them
acting
is.
like it.
Yeah. Do they wear your jewelry?
Yeah, they do. Actually, they do. I make them these wire wrap necklaces, and Leo wanted a shark on his, so I put a little shark charm on it. Sage's was yellow. It was yellow agate, and they'll wear my crystal pendant necklaces, and it's really cool. And I'll send gifts to school for their classmates and their teachers.
That's really
especially
nice.
during the holidays.
Yeah.
And just because, like, thank you, teachers. Thank you.
Yeah. Do they know about stones and what different stones are? And
They're learning more and more.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and have little geologists.
Yes. Yeah. The little rock finding kits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they see you polish them, so they know what they can turn into,
Mm-hmm.
which is beautiful.
Yes. Totally.
There probably are a lot of places you can go here as well and pick up rocks easily.
I know that my friend found some up at the J store.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And some of the hikes, I mean, you're near enough to some of the mountains.
Oh, you can find some beautiful pieces.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a great way for kids to go,
Mm-hmm.
to learn, to see.
And the dog. Can't forget the dog.
I would never forget the dog.
Mm-hmm. First one in the car.
Yeah. It was nice to be included.
Yeah.
Do you have other animals? So if you could turn your business into absolutely anything, and money wasn't an object, what would you be doing?
Walking the red carpet.
Where?
And dousing stars in wire wraps, sterling silver necklaces. Totally.
What's so appealing about that?
I think they're beautiful. I mean, each link is completely hand wrapped
Yeah.
to perfection. And it's a human made chain. I just think they're stunning, especially in sterling silver. That's the top one.
I assume those are not $5.
Those are 25. And the sterling silver one, he's almost 100.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So some of your work is in sort of basic wires, and others you're using higher end products.
Absolutely.
This
I have
point.
options.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're looking for sterling silver, I have that too. But
I love silver.
yes, who doesn't, right?
Well, no, some people don't.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. It sparkles. It's pretty.
Yeah. Do you ever use gold wire?
Occasionally. That is the least used wire of mine, honestly. I'm really attracted to silver. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And stainless steel for me, it's durable. It doesn't tarnish. It's great for sensitive ears.
Right.
So all the $5 earrings all have the stainless steel hook.
Yeah, which is smart. And let's face it, with basic earrings, we tend to lose them, or we lose one, and it's nice to have fun jewelry that has quality, but we're not going to feel absolutely devastated if we lose one, even if we find it
You
again.
might, but you can come back and get another one.
That's a good point.
I'll make that happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I can make that happen.
Local person, I forget that.
Yeah, people come to me all the time.
Yeah.
And even if something of mine walks out the door and something falls off, come back. I'll fix it up for you. Or at least I'll try to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
really-
nice being small, hometown. You really get to know people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made a lot of friends doing this.
Yeah.
It's really enjoyable.
Yeah, you must be getting repeat customers.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
sure you're getting them a lot, actually.
Yes, yes. And that just feels great.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that other people appreciate my work.
I love the idea that people can come to you for a piece of designer jewelry.
Yes. Me too. Moonstone and labradite are some of my favorite
I
stones.
love moonstone, particularly. Actually, these are labradite in my ears right now, I think. Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
They're some of my
Yeah,
favorite.
stones have meaning and they have energy, clearly.
Absolutely. Yes.
And we're all drawn to particular ones, sometimes at different times, too.
Mm-hmm. I love wearing my crystals every day. I may have a few in my pockets. Black obsidian is for protection.
Uh-huh. And
Moonstone has psychic abilities. I mean, they all really have a wide range of fun characteristics. And people come back for more, so, and I wear them, I believe.
you really have an opportunity to sort of share your knowledge working the way you do, so people can come in, learn about what you have, what you're doing, and learn about the energy from the stones too.
Yes. I'll collaborate with another local artist as well. We'll talk about what project do you have going on? Well, what project do you have
That's
going
great.
on? What do I do with this? Well, then what do I do with this? So we'll go back and forth. And by the end of it, she's made me a product that I'm going to use in my store. So I trade her my jewelry for her product.
Yeah. We're about out of time. It goes really fast. But something I would love to do when we're no longer restricted and made to sit miles apart from each other because of social distancing is have a couple of you on and a discussion about the energy and the collaboration
That would be
and
lovely.
that kind of process. That would be
Can you
really
imagine?
interesting.
That would be so much fun.
It would be wonderful.
Yeah.
So you're up for that sometime in
Yeah,
the
why
future?
not? Totally.
Well, thank you for coming today.
Thank you,
and
Pam.
that was great.
Yeah, thank you.